Hello and welcome to Quantitative Data Analytics class using STATA. In this series of videos, I'm going to be showing you how you can use the software package known as STATA to analyze research data. As you know, a researcher will be more efficient if he has necessary skills to be able to analyze the data and come up with data-driven insights to drive decision making. In this course, we are going to be looking at some objectives. The first of it is that you need to understand the fundamentals of data, and in that case, you will be getting familiarized with all the interfaces, the syntaxes, and the commands. Then we'll go ahead and acquire some data management skills in terms of learning how to import data, clean data, manipulate data on data, and then we'll carry out exploratory data analysis, where we may do some quick analysis such as summarize, update, visualize, and interpret data. Next, we'll go ahead also to carry out statistical inferences using some differential statistics to test hypotheses. Then we will conclude by carrying out some predictive modeling using regression as far as data is concerned. Last but not the least, we will also present to you how you can prepare your report after you have performed your data analysis. So guys, I know we've not gone far, but if you like what you are seeing, I would like you to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, so that as I continue to post good contents similar to this and all other videos that will be coming up, you will be the first among the few persons to be notified. Let's proceed. Yes, so this is the STATA environment. I'm going to walk you through the various interfaces that it has got, and then point you towards one of the things before we continue. Now, before we do that, let me introduce myself. You saw my picture in the first the opening of this video. My name is Maxwell Utuakeme. I am a researcher. I've been involved in all kinds of research that has to do with education, and I have also added with data analytics, one of the skills which I'm ready to share with you. Now, this is the STATA interface. You have this bigger window here. It's the main window. This is where all the code that you have run both successfully and unsuccessfully, and as well as the results of your analysis will be displayed. And this is the command window. That's where you type your line of command. In STATA you can use interface, the GUI, that is graphic user interface, but that means you can click on these buttons and carry out analysis, and then you can also choose to use command. Funny enough, it is much easier to use the commands much more than the use of the GUI. Having said that, when you import data as we soon see, your data, the variables of the data will be displayed in this section of your screen, and if peradventure you select any individual variable, properties of that variable will be shown here. That is why this is known as the properties window. And this other side, this where you have this window, where you have the review section. This is where all your codes, only the codes or the workflow that we've performed so far, will be displayed. Because this is one of the name window. This is the title bar. This is the toolbar. Of course, some of these things. You will also see what they are used for, and two other tool icons that you have over here. We are going to see how they are used. So once again, if this is the first time you have encountered this channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button or the follow button, depending on which platform you have come across it. And I'll encourage you to pick a pen and paper and download this video if need be, so that you can learn for yourself a vital skill that can help you in your research work or help you provide help to other people who are carrying out their own research. Thank you very much. So as we continue, when you open your STATA, I'm assuming that you have installed your STATA, on your computer, either a desktop or a laptop. You will see this icon. I'm using STATA 15. Okay, so one of the first things you will need to do is to create log, and I like to create log. Log is a kind of a repository that houses all your codes, all the activities you have carried out in the course of your analysis, as well as the results. So to do that, you come over to File, and these are the first things you need to do. Click on File, and then go over to Log. As you can see, there is log here. Then you say log begin. Now, once it says log begin, at this time you should have already created the folder somewhere on your computer, and I'm working out of a desktop, my desktop. So go over to my desktop, as you can see, and I have a folder there that I called by the name STATA Tutorial. So I'll just glide over to my STATA Tutorial folder, as you can see. Then I open it up, and then I now say tutorial video, and then I can simply say, and then I pick the .log file extension format and hit on save. Now our log has been saved in the location that we have chosen. Now the reason why I'm doing that is, let me go over there so that you can see why. This particular file location has all the files, the data sets that we are going to be using. This is the reason why I decided to choose that. So if the log that we just created just now, look at it here, and I have 3 data sets which we are going to be using in the course of this analysis. So having said that, let's go back to STATA. Here is STATA. Now, having created your log, the next thing you will need to create is your working directory. You need to let STATA to be aware of the directory. That means the location in your computer where it should always defer to pick data, to save things, and so on and so forth. So we're going to do that by saying change working directory. We can also do that using the command, but let's use the interface here. So this is desktop. Hit on this arrow, scroll down until you find desktop. Here is desktop. Scroll down until you get to STATA Tutorial. This is STATA Tutorial. Then open on it. So you can see now that our working directory is set to that particular STATA Tutorial location. As you can see, you can also write out a command, which is to set your working directory. You just change that CD, then you say, open quotation mark and this address. And the way to get it is you can come over to the location and highlight any of the files and check the properties. My own computer is a little bit slow usually, and that's the reason why I prefer to defer to this particular method. And when the properties is exposed, as we will soon see, copy the location address, bring it over to STATA and paste. That is what I said. Click on properties, and then you have the location address, which is this. Location address, which is this. Copy this, bring it over to STATA, and paste in between quotation marks, open and close quotation mark. But also remember to place in between quotation marks and hit on enter. When you do that, your working directory will be set in the same fashion that you did, just like clicking over here. So the next thing you will also now need to do is to import your data to this space. Now note that the data we are having are 3. I showed them to you. Let me quickly show them to you once again here. Niger Agric 1, Niger Agric Data 1, Niger Agric Data 2, Niger Agric Data 3. Please, if you are interested in these data sets, let me know in the comment section of this video, and I will send them straight up to you. Or better still, I will include a link to how you can access them in the description of this video. So far so good. Please hit the like button in this video. Let us continue. So the next thing, having set our working directory and also created our command logs, what we now need to do is to ensure that we import our data into the space. I would also like to use the GUI, that is the interface, just by point and click, come over to import, as you can see, and the files that we are going to import, which we cannot import all 3 at once, we will import them one after the other, and they are Excel format. So we select Excel from here, then you go to browse and click on desktop. In your own case, slide over to whichever folder you created for that purpose. In my case, it is STATA tutorial. When it's open, I pick Niger Agric Data 1 and hit on open. Give it a few seconds so that the system will process the data and get it ready for input into the space. At some point, it may even appear to have disappeared, but if you look at this icon, you see that something is going on. The process is ongoing and is yet to complete. So you just wait. The data is pretty heavy, so you will need to wait a few seconds. While we're waiting for it, if this is the first time you have encountered my videos, please do well to hit the subscribe button and share even the video among your research friends. Now the data has appeared over here, but you are not going to click on OK just yet. If you can take a look at the structure of the data, you can see, according to easy preview, show rules about 1 to 50 of 120,101 data points, entries. Then, and you see where you see here is a worksheet. It's telling us which worksheet we're about to import. The cell range is ranging between A1 to S120-101. Okay, so in order to fully import the data into the STATA environment and ensuring that the first row is treated as variable names, you need to click on this. You need to click on this, import first row as variable names. Then you hit on OK. Then you hit on OK. Yeah, so the data now has been imported into our STATA environment. As you can see now, this is the command. If you want to use command, you use imports, Excel, the location of the data. Don't forget to say sheet 1, and then first row. But I think it's best to use, to use that. So having imported the first one, we can browse it by just saying browse, type on browse, and STATA will open for us the entire data structure. You can see the ID, the name of persons, sex, age, and so on and so forth, all of these data. So this is what we do when you need to import. So let's import the second one. Okay, so let's just demonstrate one more. Let's import the second data set. To import the second data set, you go over, as I said earlier, to import, click on import Excel, go to browse, and then come to Niger Data 2, and then hit on open. Wait for it a few seconds, just like we did earlier, and you will have your data already uploaded to the initial holding zone, which is almost done. You can see that I have it now. We have the data displayed. So just like we did earlier, click on import first row and variable names, and then say OK. Wait a few seconds. The data set number 2 has been imported. Simple and short. This is the process you are going to repeat until you have imported all 3 data sets. Guys, if you are enjoying what is being displayed on your screen, you want to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that we will continue to turn out videos and we'll continue to support your research work. So to check the data you just imported, you just type browse and hit on enter. Here's the data. We're going to save this one. Look at the save icon here, click on it, and then you can just type data 2. Okay, I did data 2 in place of data 1 before, so let's now do data 1. So I click on save, then you close out your data, import the second. So this is how it's going to be done. Let's continue. Now that we have imported all 3 data sets and we have saved them at data 1, data 2, data 3, created from all of this, I want to show you how you can merge multiple data sets into one huge data set. So to do that, we are going to normally, if you already have your data sets saved in Excel readable, not Excel, in .dta file format, that is the STATA format, to call it to STATA, you will use the command is simply use. So we're going to say use data _1. That should be in quotation mark dot dta, quotation mark closed, comma, you type function clear. Then of course in STATA we need to have another line of code. You press down on your control key and hit on enter so that your cursor will change line. Then you now say append using quotation mark open data _2 dot dta close quotation mark. Then the next one, which is also append using data underscore 3.dta. So what we are doing in this code now is that we are appending data 2 and data 3 in data 1, which is now going to be the data hosting the entire data set that we got. So once you hit on enter this code, the data has been created. So if you browse data 1, if you now browse data 1, we are going to have over 360,000 entries in our data sets. So this is how you combine data in Excel, in STATA. Okay, so we're now going to move over to trying to manage the data. Let's try to understand what the data looks like, and that we can do better when we understand basically the structure of the data. So how do we view the data? How do you understand the structure of the data? What you use is the command describe. When you type describe, here it will tell you the immediate available history of the data. As we've seen earlier, there are 360,300 observations. The number of variables we have here are 19, and the size of the data is 42,515,400 bytes. Then the variable names that we have got are as follows: ID, name, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's how you do to first have the first glimpse of your data. Another thing that we need to do is that you need to clean your data, because if I take you over, let me click over there to the data sets, you will see quickly, like here you're having missing values, here you're having missing values, and there are missing values all over the place. So in order to clean out your data, you will first perform data cleaning, and in order to be able to identify which variables have missing data, you are going to use the command list table summarize. Now note that when you are performing analysis, it's good that sometimes you impute comments. Comments will help you understand what is going on, what a particular line of code is doing. So to impute comments, you use the star button. You can say to clean the data, not to clean, to inspect the data for missing values. Okay, to do that, you type miss table, that is the line of code, summarize using the American format, and when you hit on enter, you have a summary of the analysis of all your numerical variables that are having missing values. Is that it? So let's continue. Fantastic. Now that we have identified the missing variables, the numeric variables that have missing values, we'll go ahead now and drop, that is to clean them of their missing values. And so we're going to insert a comment and say to clean numeric variables with missing values or missing entries. We're are going to say, we normally use to clean a variable, to remove rows that are missing, we say drop if missing, open a bracket and insert the variable that you think is missing. Change line and use the same drop if missing. So I'm just going to copy this one out, and we're having fertilizer, so we come over here, fertilizer in acre, copy, see, copy variable list. The variable name must be the same, otherwise it will inform you that it has not found the variable that you are trying to drop. Okay, the next one is household, so we look for household size. Okay, copy household size and paste. Well, let's just do the next manually. Drop if missing, for the next, open bracket and close. Then in the middle of that, we're having farm size. We can simply just double click on farm size in acres and it will move in to the brackets. Be sure to close your gaps, or there are no gaps between the brackets. Then move to the next. Remember to press Ctrl and Enter to move to the next. So drop if missing, open brackets. The next is annual yield in kilograms. Okay, close your brackets. Let me scroll down a little bit. Next is drop if missing. This is how you do it individually. There is a way you can do it, all of it at once, but we're not going to use that now because of certain non-numeric variables that are having missing. I wouldn't want to lose some important data, so we're going to treat that one separately. So annual yield, we're now coming down to monthly income. Okay, double clicking is what I just did to move over the variable name. So go to Enter, drop if missing, open brackets. The next thing is distance to market, right? So distance to market, close our bracket, remove this space, and we can just, let me just extend this a little bit so that, alright, so Control Enter, drop if missing. Okay, the next is farming experience, which is this. Okay, close out the gap and close the brackets. So hit on Enter. When you hit on Enter now, all the missing values in the listed variables have been deleted accordingly. Take for instance age. Age was having 3 missing observations, and you can see it said drop if missing, 3 observations deleted. So and so on and so forth. Okay, let's continue. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are yet to do so, and share with your friends. Let's proceed. Now that we have done this, there is something I want us to see. Let's go over to the data. In the data, we have, take a look at this column. We have local governments. Okay, and okay, we have local government, and then we have senatorial zone. But you can see that most of the senatorial zones, for the local government Borgu, there are missing values, and most of the values, if not all, as far as, because I've checked out this data previously, the missing values are in front of the local government Borgu, and of course Borgu is in zone C. Okay, this is zone C, Now let me go over and show you two things. First of all, first, if you want to have a quick view of the list of local government that we have available, and the number of entries, the number of people that are featuring in it, you simply just type tabulate. This is how to quickly summarize a particular variable. So you say tabulate local government. Let's see what happens. Now the summary has been given. I want to extend this thing down quickly. Alright. The summary has been given. So you can see that there are all the local governments are indicated here, and Borgu is also showing about 26,000 of them. Okay, so if you want to also summarize the local government, the senatorial zones, you simply just type tabulate, senatorial zone. You double tap here, and when you hit on enter, you are having 3 senatorial zones. But as we saw earlier, there are missing values in the senatorial zone which needs to be corrected. And in order to correct that, I will play this quick trick. So the trick is that you will say to replace missing values in the senatorial zone where local governments, okay, local, for those of you watching at general local government is Borgu and C with C. Okay, so we're going to replace every empty space showing in senatorial zone where Borgu is the local government with zone C. That's what we're going to do next. So let me just type the code now. Okay, so now you press on Control Enter, change line. Then what you do is that whenever you are changing an information in a row, you use the command replace. So we're going to start with that. Replace senatorial zone. Okay, replace senatorial zone with open quotation zone C, close quotation. If the quotation is here, if local government is equal to the whole quotation or close quotation mark, and using this ampersand, and senatorial zone is empty, and that will be replaced with 2 double quotation mark. If you do this, before we run it, I would like you to come over to the data and please note line 131,678. See that the senatorial zone entry is empty and the local government is one. So we're going back now to run the code. Let's see what happens. Once you press on it, it told us that 26,985 real changes were made. Glide over back to the data of local government, and you see the same number. Right, so let's go to the data now. Go to the data. Remember that this is the line this is the row that we highlighted. And you can see now that C has been used to replace the missing value where local government is. Yes, if you are enjoying this class, please hit the subscribe button and show me some love by hitting the like button. Leave me a comment about what you are enjoying specifically. specifically about this video. Let's write on. In a similar fashion, let us look at the treatment column. This particular treatment column. You will see, let's tabulate it so that you can have a better understanding of how it is. So you simply just type tabulate so that you can form a table for us, and then we say tabulate treatments. Now you can see that we're having fertilizer, those who use fertilizer, those who use herbicides, some said organic compost, others said pesticides. Now we are going to, and this one is showing none, so we are going to change this particular entry so that it will no longer read none. Let it read no treatment. Okay, no treatment. So to do that, let's leave a comment, change the entry none to no treatment. Okay, so to do that, press on enter. Press on control enter to have give us space to write our code. Then you write, you type out replace treatment. Treatment is in caps. Replace treatment with okay, no treatment. Okay, close your quotation. If treatment is open quotation, no, close quotation. If we do this, we're going to have our treatment replaced with no treatment. Now before we do that, I would like us to also go check it out. Look at this particular entry. There is none here, so mark it. Let's run our code. Run your code, then come over back to the particular entry. It has now changed from none to no treatment. Everywhere there was none, it has now become no treatment. Now this is how you change entries based upon variables. Okay, so we're going to do the last thing now before we close this session, close this video. It's about the next thing is about to perform, a global cleaning that will remove all missing values from our data. Now that we have taken note of our validation data, because senatorial zone is important to us, local government is important to us, male and female is important to us. So good 18, we do not have too many missing values in male and female. Let's check that. Tabulate sex. Let's see the structure. Okay, so we're having some missing value because the total entries we're having is 360,310, and so we're having some missing value, but we're having a sufficient number of entries which will not invalidate our data if we delete less than 200 entries out of 360,000. So let's continue. So to perform this cleaning that will remove all missing data, both from numeric and non-numeric, we're going to use this code. Let me insert comments. The code you are going to use is this. Please do not use this code from the beginning. Make sure that you have done sufficient cleaning that will not remove validation data. from your data sets. Because if you perform this at the beginning, all your data that are having missing values will just be wiped off. Make sure that certain ones are dealt with, just like what we did in the beginning of this video, so that you have sufficient data to use for your analysis. So let's run this code. We'll run this code. Fantastic. So you see all of this cleaning has been done, and then you have this. Good. So note, you are free to post the video at any time so that you can get your data. Let me repost it and expand this so that you can see it all at once. This is the exact code you are going to type in to handle all missing data. This is the exact code you are going to punch in. So you hit on enter and your data will be cleaned. Now, having said that, we have our clean data now. So let me see what has been done. Fantastic. I already demonstrated how you can change variable names. Let's do one more variable name change. Let's say that local government is too long. Let's use LGA. Remember, all you simply need to do, let me bring back the variable lists as well as the properties so that we can see clearly what we're doing. So in order to change a variable name, you simply use the command rename, which is very easy. Rename local government as LGA, or let's use it in caps, LGA. When you run that, your local government has now been changed to LGA. We're going to continue to perform other forms of analysis, but I'm going to stop here because this is basically some of the things that you need to do to clean your data. So, like we said in the beginning of this video, if this is the first time you've encountered my videos, do well to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell and leave me a comment. These data that we use here, as I mentioned earlier, will be left, the link to them will be left in the description section. And if you have any question to ask regarding data cleaning, do well to leave me a comment in the comment section and I'm going to treat it so that you can catch up and be the best version of the researcher that you are hoping to be. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.